So we do 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So 3, 2,
1.
3, 2, 1.
No.
Totally sorted it. It's all good.
Wait, let's just do 3, 2, 1 clap.
Oh, good idea. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
1. Okay. Why did you wait 5 seconds to clap?
You're delayed. I'm not.
This is so great. Keep all of this in, by the way. Do not edit any of it out.
We're really professional, and like it's such a good. What a good podcast.
We're nailing it. Okay,
we're doing well.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You know, people will understand us even if we're off sync. Right?
Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, it's fine. We don't really talk over the other or anything like that much. So.
Yeah,
and if we do, it's me, and I deserve to get the flack, so it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't interrupt ever.
Anyways,
welcome to Love Twitches, where 2 super wise and super professional Twitch streamers answer all of your dating and relationship questions. Today, Harley and I, so I'm Novalisi. Oh, I'm fucking up already, dude.
Oh, we've got this under control. It's fine.
I'm Novalisi.
I'm Bread Butchery, also known as Harley.
And we're just going to do a little catch-up episode to start, because it's been so long and we miss you all, and we have a few updates to share.
We do.
About our lives and such.
I think you said our wives, and I was like, first of all, I have several, and I have a wife, and I've got several, and there's updates.
A similar situation, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the number one thing that has changed in our lives that will affect this podcast more than anything is that we moved, right? I'm kidding.
Yeah, we moved. We both moved.
We're in different locations now, so obviously that pertains to the podcast so much.
Yeah. And no, but actually the major thing is that Nova retoned her hair recently.
I cut my hair. I have bangs now.
Yep, she has bangs
which
now.
Totally pertains to the podcast since you can totally see me.
Yeah, and I've been using Olaplex in my hair, so I'm bringing back the waves in my hair, so all of my advice will be a bit kinkier from now on. It looks
beautiful. Also, that was very good. I like that.
Thank you.
But yeah, we used to start our podcast with the we're 2 single Twitch streamers answering all your dating advice. But that's not quite true anymore because drum roll please. We're
dating each other. Oh, what? Sorry.
Dude, can you imagine if that's how we announced it?
Oh my god, that would be insane.
We would break the internet, actually. Our communities would flip their shit. Dude, we announced it. I'm like, dude, I'm getting pegged by Harley now. It's amazing.
It's so good. It's thrilling.
Oh god, that monster harness she's got.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love that for us.
But yeah, no, really though, we're both in relationships now.
Dude, it took us 15 minutes to get to that.
Fine. It's because we're nervous. I'm shy. I don't know. Now all our viewers are gonna go away. What do you mean?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
actually,
no.
though, I a lot of my friends who are also Twitch streamers, I feel like it's a really common thing, especially for women on Twitch, to be scared of losing their community and support and stuff. My friend, I told my friend that I was announcing my relationship with Vernotis, by the way, and they were like, dude, prepare to lose half your income as soon as you. Dude, it was fucking terrifying. It was terrifying. Luckily, nothing like that has happened. I don't think I've lost any of my
I don't think that
regulars
I've
or
noticed a
anything.
dip in income at all either. Any income fluctuations are entirely relative to what I've been doing. If I've been having incentives or if I've been streaming and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of.
I agree. I don't think that I don't think I've noticed any change in my community or anything.
Me neither.
But yeah, so we were both happily taken Twitch streamers.
Which is funny because I remember when we took the break from the podcast is when we both obviously got into the relationships and stuff, but we were talking to the people while we were still originally recording the podcast. Like, we were in the talking stages back then. And you got into your relationship before I got into mine, and I remember saying to you, I was like, dude, if we have to start the podcast and I'm the single one and we have to change the intro where it's like we're one single option, that would be so embarrassing. But luckily we're back just in time. Imagine if you'd been like, Harley, I really want to record more episodes. And I was like, no, wait, I haven't nailed him down yet. You just hold off 1 second. But, you know, now we can prove that our advice works because we're dating people. Therefore, we know everything about everything, obviously.
Obviously. We have been dating people for less than a year. So, obviously, tried and true advice right here. Yeah. And it'll totally apply to everyone in every situation.
Exactly.
Love that for
110%. Yeah. Do you want to fill us in on your little love story, or do we want to save that for if we make him be a guest, or what do you want to do?
I mean, we can always get his side of things if we need to.
Men, unfortunately, do have opinions, so.
Unfortunately. So I had been following Vern for a long time. Like, I followed him for like honestly a few years. I've been simping for him for as long as the day is good. And he like posted a selfie last December, so like a full year ago now. And it was captioned like, "Come on Twitter, do your thing, I'm looking for my wife." And I responded to it at like 2 a.m. and I was like, dude, this guy's never gonna see my response, he's never gonna notice me, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. And I responded and I was like, oh my god, how funny, I'm on Twitter looking for my husband and you look a lot like him. And then like by the morning, like a lot of our mutuals had seen it and like were like vouching for me, like in the response.
Thanks for the
like,
Ferrari Nova.
Yeah, literally. And so I don't know if it was the friends vouching or what, but he like saw my comment. And he responded, and then we had our first conversation, and you can actually go find it on Twitter if you want to read it. It's super silly. I actually mentioned that I'm like this big basketball fan. Bitch, I don't know anything about basketball. It was a bald-faced lie. I was 100% just trying to get his attention, which I highly recommend to anyone looking to get in a relationship. But yeah, and then we had like an Overwatch date. Like we were going to do like a little Discord date like a week or two after we had that conversation on Twitter.
I love how that was your first conversation as well. Like just straight out of the gate.
Yeah. Like no DMs or anything. Like that was our first conversation. And but I ended up canceling the day of because I had a really bad day at work and I was just crying and I was just like really upset. And so we ended up canceling, and then we said we were going to reschedule and then just like never did. And he actually told me later on that he just like, he was like wrote me off from that point. He was like, oh, she canceled, I'm never talking to her again. Like he was legit like, he was done at that point. He was like done. And
wow.
And
no hesitation.
He's just like a super reliable person, and he hates anyone who's like flaky or like cancels last minute and stuff. So yeah, he completely wrote me off, and we just like didn't talk. And then in March, he like posted this tweet, which went like we posted about this before, so it went viral. And but basically he said like, do all redheads have red pubic hair? And I responded and said, want to find out? And then he like DM'd me, and we have literally spoken every single day since that tweet.
I'm so glad that you decided to talk about your pubes. You saved it. I love how he was like, she's too flaky and unreliable, and then you were like, pubes, and he was like, never mind, she's the woman.
And then I was just like, yo, you want to see this pussy?
You want to see this pussy?
You want to see this pussy? Want to see this wop? Want to see this wet ass pussy? And then he followed up. So he said, yes, I do want to see that wop. Thank you. Wow. But yeah, and so then...
And dear listeners, maybe one day he will see that wop.
He still hasn't. We're saving it till marriage. Yeah. Saving that wop for marriage.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just talking from there and hit it off, and we set up another Overwatch date. I didn't flake this time, and
it was
and
streamed too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me that, and I was like, that's weird. I was like, I thought it was gonna be like a one-on-one thing, but Vern streams everything ever, so.
Yeah, he streams everything. He's just like, he's one of those streamers who like, he literally streams every single day. He just streams all the time. He's just like, you know, he's one of those streamers. And so not like us.
Yeah, not like us. I'm like, I need to go through a whole like chakra cleansing ritual before I stream every day.
Exactly.
And the sun has to be right in the sky.
Exactly. You know, like the stars have to align for me to feel good about streaming and not get anxiety about it. And so, but anyways, so like I hit him up to play Overwatch, and he's like, okay, cool, join my Discord server.
It's all a recruitment scheme for his Discord.
Yeah. So I like joined his Discord server, and he's like streaming at the time, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like we're about to have our first date like in front of hundreds of people watching us right now. I was like, oh my god. And like literally god. Like we like I think we had like 300 400 people watching that stream. It was ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, and I was just so nervous because everybody's watching, and I can't like ask him about his like life because we're broadcasting.
Just gotta check on the chemistry or whatever, I guess. But even then, it's like he's in like stream mode, and I don't know if Vern seems to be like the exact same guy on and off stream, but still like someone's chemistry on stream isn't the exact same as their chemistry off stream. So it's like,
yeah, and it's just like you can't ask personal questions when you're on stream. You know, I can't be like, "How's your relationship with your mother?" You know, like
that's a first date question. That sounds about right to me. That sounds good.
So, but yeah, and then like a couple days later, like we were trying to like set up another date, and I was like, "Do you want to just like play games off of stream?" And he was like, off of stream? Like, he was like confused. He's like, I don't play games off stream. And I was like, dude, like, listen, it would be nice to have something a little bit more private. And so we ended up having like a one-on-one date off of stream. And then, and yeah, our like chemistry definitely clicked a lot better. I was less nervous. And yeah, and so now we've been dating ever since. And it's December now. And that all went down in like March. So...
Have you what's your set anniversary? Do you have one?
We actually talked about this because like we just like literally we just started talking every single day, and then like after we went on a couple Discord dates, we just started like seeing each other on Discord every single day, and all of it. So we like just like kind of like became in a relationship without like talking about it, you know?
Yeah, and that makes 100% sense.
Yeah, and there was like one conversation where I was like, hey, like I just like want you to know that I'm like not seeing anybody else, and I'm not trying to talk to anybody else. And he was like, yeah, me too. And so like that was like the exclusivity, but it was like super casual, so it wasn't like a like
let's
be
sit
my
down
boyfriend.
And talk about it.
And so so once I moved here, so we were long distance, and then I ended up moving to Portland to be closer to him, amongst other reasons. And but we don't live together, just to clarify. And yeah, we like sat down and talked about it. That was actually when he officially asked me to be his girlfriend. Was like after I had already moved across the country to be with him. And then like he was like, yeah, so like you're my girlfriend, right? Like do you want to be my girlfriend? Like are we official? And I was like,
official?
Yeah.
You moved across the country from me, but are we official?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Imagine
yeah, we are fucking
no
official.
And been like, no, actually, I'm talking to people.
Actually, I'm still looking at my other options.
I'm still looking at my options. I've just moved to Poland, and the guys are looking really cute here, actually.
I'm actually gonna download Tinder and just like see what's out here.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, so and then I was talking to like after that conversation, I was like, dude, no, like there's no way that I'm waiting another year after we've been dating for like 6 months now for us to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Like that's not gonna happen. And like what? Like we tell people, oh yeah, I've been dating them for a week, you know, like, No,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. And so we actually sat down and we're talking about it. And I was like, I feel like we both started taking us like very seriously in April. Like we were like in the talking stage in like March and the beginning of April, and then by the end of April we started seeing each other like every single day. And like I sent my first booty pic and all of that.
Oh my
and that
god,
kind of
wow. That's how you really mark the anniversary, is when the first sext was.
Yeah, it was just so
romance.
romantic.
Yeah.
He got to see them cheeks, and that sealed the deal. And so that was and so we just decided to do 420 because it was easy to remember.
That's cute. I
And
like
so
That's good.
our anniversary is April 20th now.
Blaze it. But yeah, figuring out an anniversary when the talking stage has been so long is totally...
Yeah,
Relatable,
especially
yeah.
since like nowadays relationships are not as like
structured?
structured.
Yeah.
Like they're not, because it's like, you know, like I feel like in the olden days it was like really common to like ask someone to be your boyfriend or girlfriend like pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And like
go
there was
steady.
and so that wasn't really what we did. And then I think also me and Vern just have like our own like relationship anxieties and stuff, and so like becoming official like that is like nerve-wracking. So that was like a whole thing. But yeah, it was hard to nail down a date, but also I think anniversary dates are really cute. So
I think so.
I wanted one.
And I'm excited for us to have Vern on the podcast at some point, because from what I remember, he's comfy doing that. And
Yeah, totally.
yeah, he's a pretty open guy. So I'm excited to have him on the podcast and discuss stuff with him. Dear listeners, if you'd like that, please let us know. We have a Twitter that you can @ us at and be like, yes, I'd like that. So, and if you don't want him as well, you can say no. If you don't want any stinky male energy.
A boy, girl. So how about you and your person?
My person. We should have a code name for them. We'll have to figure that out.
Oh my god, I would love a code name for both of our partners. That would actually be so fun.
I love how Vern is super open in public, but you're still like, yeah, I'm going to have a code name for him anyway, just in case.
Short King.
Short King. Oh,
little
god,
Short
amazing.
King. Yeah.
Short King and Tall King.
Oh my god. Wait, can I call him the gnome?
The gnome?
Vern.
Yeah, you can call him the gnome. Sure thing, go for it. But yeah, no, I'm also seeing somebody, and I relate to the talking stage, meaning that anniversary is like hard to pin down kind of thing, and I also have to have that conversation with him and be like, hey, when is, but yeah, no, I'm dating somebody, we're both relatively like, I'm not very private, but he's more private than I am, but I am a very, like, I struggle with oversharing. I find like I overshare a lot, and I've learned that it is healthy for me to keep some things to myself. So I'm going to be, just moving forward in the podcast, I'm going to be less open about my experiences with my partner than Nova is with her partner, just because they're more open than me and my partner are. But yeah, I'm dating a male. I love how I said a male. I've chosen a male with which to breed. And like, that's horrifying.
A male mate?
I'm dating a man, and he's also a Twitch streamer, so I also have the input of like dating a Twitch streamer kind of thing. And yeah, if you're following me or like you know me, you'll know who he is, but we're just not comfortable like saying who he is on the podcast kind of thing, because it is one of my worst nightmares for either us to be known as like that person's partner. Like I would hate for someone to like listen to the podcast, hear his username, and then go to his profile and then like identify him in their head forever as like Bread Witchery's boyfriend. I don't like that at all. So
oh, I totally want Vern to be labeled as that.
No, I love that for you. That's great. That's good.
If we ever break up, I hope that everyone haunts him with my username until the day we die. Like if we ever break up and he starts dating someone else, people are gonna be like, what about Nova? Like I want that to happen. I'm not actually that petty. I'm not that petty.
Can you imagine?
I'm just
imagine like having to be like, yeah, this is my ex, and showing them pictures of Nova Lisi. I would cry. I would lose it. But yeah, I'm very happy with my boy, and he's absolutely lovely and 10 out of 10, and I'm very happy that we're both in wonderful relationships, and it brings me joy, because I think honestly, like he's my favorite part of 2020. Like he's why I can't say this year was like a write-off, where it's like wish 2020 had never happened, because I'm like, no, I'm so glad, this is so precious to me, I'm so happy I got this out of 2020. So You're making
I'm
a
gonna
really...
cry. I'm gonna cry. That's actually so sweet.
Because the thing is, I don't think that if I mean, okay, not in a way of like, boy, I'm glad a pandemic happened, but like, if quarantine hadn't happened, there's no way that we would have become close, and because like, obviously it means that like, people just, I think everybody has started to do Discord calls more and like hang out with their friends online more, because we were like really craving the social interaction. And we had a lot more free time, that kind of thing. And I really don't think I would have gotten to know him if it wasn't for like the situation that we were put in. And I'm like, that's nice. I'm glad that like I had something lovely, that came out of all this.
That's so cute. That's so sweet. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. That's actually that's so sweet. I feel the same way. I will say that I think the best thing that happened to me this year was going full time on Twitch, because that in turn also allowed me to like pursue a relationship with a Twitch streamer.
I'm so proud of you for that full time.
Having that time and being in the same community with him and stuff like that. It's
Bagheera, dear listeners, you can't see him, but Bagheera is jumping up on Nova's desk and he is taking up most of the camera. The rule of thirds is Bagheera's bitch now.
Speaking of not being able to see us, we're planning on doing more recording off camera, because that takes some of the anxiety away for us, to be able to just like be scrubby and roll out of bed and just be sitting here with no bras and no makeup and just
tits
chilling.
Out. We're both fully naked right now.
We're actually just nude. And,
I'm oiling myself up with warmed coconut oil as we speak.
Yeah, I'm just like what is this?
Jiggling?
I'm jiggling. I was like juggling. No, that's
not the right
term.
I'm juggling my titties right now.
I'm juggling my tits right now. I'm jiggling my titties. But yeah, so expect more episodes. So like this will be a good thing, because I think we will record more. So expect more episodes, but maybe fewer like video episodes. We'll still be uploading to YouTube, but and we'll probably do like video episodes in the future, but probably more as like a special,
especially when we have guests on, I think, or if we stream an episode as well. I think we'll definitely obviously be on video for that. But yeah, it's just because I've recently been diagnosed with ADHD, which explains a lot of the issues I've had my entire heckin' life. I keep thinking that we can swear on here. Fuck, my entire fucking life. And for me, for some reason, it just really plays into my executive dysfunction when I have to sort of put makeup on and that kind of thing, and like do a whole preparatory session before I do a recording. For some reason, that like drains me really hard, and then by the time that I'm done with my makeup, I get to the recording and I'm like, So it's not for lack of enthusiasm towards the podcast. We love this podcast so much. It's just disabilities do be disabilities, though, and they do affect us in certain ways.
No, I do get tired too. That's why I don't do like full makeup looks for stream anymore. Like I used to like want to do like my eyeliner and put false eyelashes on and lipstick and like all this stuff. Like I don't do that anymore. I kind of just do like bare minimum looks. Like I'm like, okay, eyebrows, concealer, let's go. Because it's just like that way I have more energy for stream and I'm less like worn out. Like if I take 2 hours to do my makeup, like I'm worn out by the end of it.
Yeah, so, and then your head as well, because if you stream for 4 hours, you're doing makeup for 2. It's like great, 6 hours of my day are now like gone, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like
exactly. So so limiting that stuff has been big for me. Dude, this year has been big for like mental health. I'm just now realizing so I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety. I think my first diagnosis was when I was like 12 years old. But I hadn't seen a doctor for it in ages, because anytime they had ever like prescribed medicine for me, it like never really affected me in a positive way. And so
that reminds me, I have to take my meds. Listeners, take your meds also if you have to.
I'm gonna take my meds after stream because I don't have them near me. And that's the other thing, is I've always been really bad at taking medication like every single day. And so I've just been really, really bad with it, and I've been trying to like manage my mental health issues myself. But obviously like with like varying results. And But I find like this year has been so hard for so many reasons, right? And I was having like a real depressive season of my life this year, and finally went to go see like a doctor. And I went to, and I'm saying this just in case like anyone listening has been wanting to get help and doesn't know where to start. I thought that I would have to make an appointment with a psychiatrist in order to get like mental health medication management.
This is in America, by the way, anyone listening. This is She Lives in America.
The United States of bad healthcare. So I thought I was going to have to find a psychiatrist, and there was like none listed on my insurance website, and I couldn't find a psychiatrist. So I just like fuck it. I'm just going to go see a general practitioner. And so I just like found the one closest to me and went to them. And so just like a normal family doctor. And I went to go see her, and it was like our first appointment, and I like told them that I needed mental health management, and I like show up, and she was like, she is the best doctor I've ever had, actually. Like, I am actually, I really struck gold with her. She was like so like understanding and nice, and she like really listened to me and really took me seriously. And I've been to like doctors before for this stuff where they just like were like like they just totally like didn't take me seriously. And I remember like one time I was like talking to a doctor about my depression, and I started like crying in the like the room, and the doctor just like, while I was crying, just like kind of like stood up and walked out the door.
What?
And left the exam room door open as I was crying on the table.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
yeah.
What?
No. Yeah, he was super great. And and I felt like so like embarrassed, and I just felt like it was such a bad experience. So that was the last time I saw a doctor for my depression before a couple months ago. And so this doctor was so sweet and caring, and she went through like a couple like diagnosis questionnaires with me and stuff, and diagnosed me with like severe anxiety and depression. And I told her that like I tried Prozac before and it didn't work for me, and then so we tried Lexapro is the one that I'm on, and I honestly, guys, like it is like I don't get panic attacks anymore. Like, now that I've been on it for a couple months, and I like have been taking it really regularly, and I'm on the right dosage, like I don't get like super bad anxiety anymore. And like when I do, I can calm myself down, and like I don't go into like the depths of despair anymore. Like it's wild. It's wild. So if you are struggling with anxiety and depression, and you have been thinking about wanting to get help, or maybe you haven't considered it and didn't think it was an option for you, I just like really quickly want to say that it is an option, and getting the right medication for you and getting the right doctor who will help you and cares about you, it has honestly changed my life.
That's so great. I love that as well. I love getting like, you like text me sometimes and you're really excitable because you're like, dude, I woke up and I felt like going to like wash my face. I felt like getting up. It was amazing. And I'm like, I love this.
Yeah. I don't stay, like I used to like sleep 12 plus hours a night. I used to take a nap after waking up. I used to like like literally be sleeping my life away. And like, or like I'd wake up and was just like scrolling through TikTok and Twitter and Instagram for hours before getting out of bed. Like I would spend an entire day not leaving my bed. And like I remember texting you that. I was like, I woke up at 11. I'm only just now getting out of bed at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Like that was like, it's ridiculous. But now I don't do that. I just like, I wake up and I get out of bed and I start my day. And that's like,
that makes me so happy.
Very new. Didn't think that was possible.
I'm so glad that you've got that. I'm very pro. I mean, obviously it's like, it depends on every person, but I'm very pro medication and that kind of thing. I think it can be really good. And I've started taking I think I have seasonal issues because my main issue has always been my ADHD, which like I didn't know what it was at the time, of course, but it's my ADHD and the lack of focus and the restlessness and that kind of thing. But also I think seasonally I do get I think I get depressed with the season, and also it was just hard because through November, the whole month, my partner was here with me, and then when he left, I think my body just like deflated and was like super like sad because he was the only person that I'd seen all year, so I was back to being like all alone in quarantine, and it was like the winter sets in.
You're also touch starved.
Yeah,
you're very touch starved. You live alone. You don't have your partner near you. You're not in like a quarantine bubble where you can like see other people or anything. Like Harley has been very strict with quarantine and everything. And so it's been like, I can't imagine how like lonely that can get, and like how hard that's been for you.
I was very lucky to have him here for the month, but other than that, for March, literally I just go out to the grocery store, and that's it. And it's hard, but so I've been like depressed because the year really hit me this month, I think, which is unfortunate because it's Christmas season and I wanted to be excited for Christmas, but I really wasn't. But I've started taking some of my antidepressants, and I am on track to get some blood tests and see if I'm compatible with like ADHD meds at the end of the year, so I'm excited for that as well. So I might maybe 2021, it is our year. I might do because we do want to do a lot of episodes for Love Twitches where it's like it's not we're answering, but we might answer some questions if they're relevant and they've been submitted in the past, but like we want to have like scripted episodes where it's like, this is a topic we talk about today, and I would like to talk about maybe ADHD and how that plays into romance and that kind of thing, because it does have certain ways that it does, where it's like you hyperfixate on people, or like you're very sensitive to rejection, that kind of thing. I think that would be neat because it's
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. I'd love to do a mental health in relationships, and like obviously we can't talk about like every
we can only speak from our own experience,
you know?
And we're not licensed professionals or anything, but we can talk about our own experiences.
I know that there's like a joke going around on Twitter that like anxiety and depression is not the only like mental health issue you can like support and be understanding of. Like there's loads of mental health disorders, and and so we can't speak to all of them, but we can speak to the ones that we have, and they are like very like pretty freaking common. Like I feel like a lot of people have ADHD or depression or anxiety or all of the above. The trifecta.
They do be oh my god, what's the word? It's when like the symptoms overlap. I've completely forgotten it.
Connected, layered.
No, there's a word. I'm gonna find this. I'm doing that thing when symptoms overlap. What is it called? You know what? We're gonna find it later. It's comorbid. That's it. Comorbid.
I've never heard that term before, actually.
It's when like you depression is like a symptom of ADHD, but also depression is its own disorder. So it's like comorbid. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah. Okay.
But do we have anything else you want to catch up on before we?
I don't think so. I think those are like the main things that we have kind of been going through the last few months since the last time we recorded, and I'm sure that we will bring up other things as we're answering our submissions.
But thank you everybody who supported the first round of episodes and stuff. I'm sorry that it dropped off. We just moved, and it was just moving is very draining.
And then also having getting into a relationship is a major life change, and like adjusting to that, and like how much time do you spend with your partner versus career versus trying to balance all of that. We've had a lot of balls in the air,
but I think we're in a good place now to like move forward with some good recordings and all that. So thank you everyone for sticking with us and supporting us and stuff. Nova, what are your platforms so people can find you?
Oh, well, I'm at Novalisi on everything. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Novalisi, which is, it's spelled the way it sounds, Novalisi.
Novalisi. It's like Khaleesi, but Nova at the front. And I am Bread Witchery everywhere, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and also we do have a Twitter as well, which I always forget whether it has the or not. It does. Okay, so at the Love Twitches, all one word, is our Twitter. And we also have a Patreon, which is linked on the Twitter, and also I think I'm going to try and put a link tree in the Spotify description if we can. But
smart.
So if you want to support us on Patreon, we really appreciate that. We have a couple of goodies for anyone supporting, but it just goes towards helping us make this podcast as sexy as it can be. So every dollar on the Patreon goes towards us wearing lacy lingerie that you can't see. You can't see it, but it's there.
While we're recording. Yeah. And we won't tell you we're wearing it either.
Yeah, we won't tell you. You can just know. Yeah.
This is especially funny knowing that you're wearing like a giant onesie.
It's a Stitch onesie. It's a Stitch onesie the Blue Jay gave me. Literally,
like
it's got
Lilo and
ears.
Stitch. It's the most like you're sexy no matter what, but this is
Thank
the
you.
most unsexy thing I've ever seen you wear, and it's beautiful. Like I would obviously still bang, but like yeah, it's amazing. And then I'm literally wearing like a baggy sweatshirt and sweatpants and just looking. Oh my god, we're amazing.
Yeah, maybe Patreon stuff will also go towards getting me a decent mic or something, or some upgrades, but whatever. Pretend it's for lingerie. That's way more sexy.
Dude, can you imagine like production quality? Oh my god.
Oh my god,
We would
imagine
be
me having a good
unstoppable.
mic that doesn't peak. Imagine me having a DSLR that, like, imagine.
Oh my god, dude, amazing.
Incredible.
Can't even imagine. If I
Can't
can get a
even.
mixer,
Oh,
amazing.
amazing. Anyway, sorry, we're gonna go nut over technological upgrades in private now. But yeah, so we're gonna wrap that up there, and then we'll see you on the next episode where we'll be answering some of your questions. So I hope you have a lovely day and stay magical. And Nova, do you want to say goodbye?
Stay magical.
Yay!
Stay frosty.
Stay
Cutie
frosty.
pies. Stay frosty, buddy.